Hello lubers and internet gooners, how are y'all doing today? Today's video we'll be discussing entitled people, whether it be from children to kids to adults. It doesn't matter. Overall, they suck. You could be overall having a great day and you can know their presence is just felt. My personal experience with them wasn't bad unless it was like my first job, because personally I never had like a bad instance with a customer or a person in general until it came to my first ever job. Mainly specifically, it was just dealing with guests that kept getting mad at the fact that other people are there. To put in perspective, I worked as a lifeguard at Six Flags America back like my sophomore year, I believe, during that summer. And not gonna lie, it was a cool job overall, pretty good pay, not really mad about anything. Too bad half of it kind of went into getting me a ride to work, so hey, that kind of sucked, but overall pretty great on that half. But to actually look into like people themselves, it was so hectic to an extent, because overall my experience with them, it was just you had the average adult trying to be like, oh well, my kid can't go on this ride. And I believe I said this in a previous story, if not I'll link in the description below, but there's like instances where I had to save kids because of their horrible parents. And I understand the fact that, hey, not every kid can swim, but don't bring them to an area where the water's deep. They can't stand in it. They can't swim in general, because you don't know what could happen. Because I could be liable, the entire like park could be liable for it. Most of all, I will be liable because I'm like allowing you to go on this ride. I saw you go on this ride. You talked to me specifically about it, and which sucked because, hey, I'm glad I saved them. I just, something bad could happen. But that's just one instance of just dumb guests. Another was regarding water rides, because to be honest, I understand like, hey, some of the water rides could be dangerous. They could look scary, and I do like tend to tease and like make fun of them. Like, hey, it's okay. You're not gonna get pushed back, or your back's not gonna be towards like the big FU fall. But for the most part, I did that regardless because, hey, it was funny. But you look at it and it's like, it's not even that bad. It's just a fall. It's not, you're not gonna die, honestly. But my big instance for entitled guests were just trying to get on a ride without them meeting the requirements, and overall about a fist fight. And so what happened was, regarding the ride, it's just multiple instances of like, hey, my kid can't ride this. It's like, why not? And it's like, well, they're too short. And it's like, well, they did it before. And I'm like, well, that was a different person, but this is a new requirement. You see it now, so on and so forth. And I did give some leeway where it's like, oh, I've been on this ride before and they let me through. I'm like, okay, cool. But for the most part, I did have to turn down like 2 to 3 kids because of it. And it did make me sad because I'm like, dude, I do feel bad because, hey, look, maybe it's like the kid's first time riding it, or like maybe they've been on it before and now they can't, which does suck. But I rather, them be safe, because there has been an instance where someone has gotten injured, and it does suck for that person. But hey, look, I'd rather have your safety, your child be safe and all that. What happened was this. So I'm on this ride called Half Pipe. Basically, you get 2 people, and mind you, it's my fault, because what happened was, no, it wasn't even my fault. What happened was this big fat lady that looked like Miss Here You Go, and this like small girl were like trying to get on the ride. The girl had to be in the front, and that lady had to be in the back. But no, the lady wanted to be in the front because the girl was too scared. And I'm like, no, you can't. And so she got mad. She's like, no, like she needs to sit in the back. And I'm like, no, you can't. It's like, but before like I could switch them around, she already went down the ride. And I'm like, okay, cool. Mind you, I'm also strapped to a harness because this ride is about 50 feet up from the ground. So in case I fall and all that. And that's mainly it. That was like the one-time instant. But let me tell you about this fist fight. So there was like a fist fight about to break out over Lazy River. So if you guys don't know what a Lazy River is, boom, here's the screen. But Lazy River, you're just there to chill out. Mind you, this is like a busy day. It's a very busy day because it's mid-July, I believe, to like almost beginning of August. And so a lot of people are coming to the pool because, super hot days, super, you just want to chill out. You don't want to, stress it out. But a lot of people, like, as people are going around, because mind you, it's like really crowded, and we only have like a set number of tubes unless you want to pay for them. like people were trying to like grab the tubes, like people were trying to like yank them from like kids and other adults, and I'm like, bro, it's not that serious. You can all just wait, go to a different area. And I forgot to mention that the wave pool was closed for this time because every 15 minutes you got to go on break. That's the story for another day. But yeah, mainly had to go on break, relax for a bit before letting people go to the pool. And mind you, keep this image in mind. Imagine a big dude, the size of like DJ Khaled, right? Who's like 6 foot versus someone who's skinny. Like imagine Travis Scott, who's short and like skinny, like about 5'10". Wait, how tall is he? Oh my. Okay, that's not. I think that's a close comparison. But yeah. So imagine these two people about to fight over an inflatable tube for the lazy river because one of them either try to get ahead of the other and like try to like grab it from them. I don't know the whole story. All I know is that I gotta break up this fight. Mind you, I'm like 120 pounds back then. 6 foot, soaking wet from just jumping in to like break up like another, not even debacle. It was like a few tubes were like kind of congested together. So hey, I had to break that up. But overall, to break it down, it was just like these two dudes were about to fight. Both their girlfriends had like to tell them like, yo, don't do this. Yo, stop, relax. It's not that serious. And you're like, no, it is. And it's like, dude, you're fighting over tubes. At the end of the day, just go home, take a shower, get out of here, bro. And just relax, man. It's not that serious. At the end of the day, you are going to get their tubes. And they did. They actually got their tubes. They didn't want to pay for it for the most part. So I'm not, I don't really blame them for that. But for the most part, they just got their tubes and just enjoyed the ride. Either that or they left and got mad, which, hey, it's not even that serious for the most part. But I hope you enjoyed the video. Stay safe. Love you all. Bye-bye. Smoke crack. Bye-bye. I'm joking. But overall, be safe. Love you all. Bye-bye.